Hello everybody. I am back with another pick a card reading. I'm doing things a little bit more purely intuition based, so you don't see any crystals for any of the cards. None of the cards are, distinctive with pictures or little charms or anything like that. The reason for this is because while this is for love specifically coming up for May, I really want you guys to get into your intuition and just really see which pile calls to you the most. So, like I said, this is for May coming up, 2021. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pause the video if you absolutely need to or anything like that, perfectly fine. But I want you to just sit for a minute and see which pile is the one that draws to you the most. Again, think about that one specific person. Think about your love life in general, whatever it is that you need to think about in order for that to come about for your May. But just sit for a minute, see whichever one is the one that's calling to you the most. And we're going to start as always with pile number 1, and we'll see what's going to pop up for your love life for May 2021. Hey, pile number 1. So this is the one that you were called to the most because of specifically the number 1. It was the one on the left, however you want to look at that. This is going to be your May love reading. So starting with the tarot on the top, and we have a few oracle cards. Going to be drawing from the rolling the dice and everything as usual as well. But we'll see what pops up for love. Again, this could be anything about your specific one person or multiple people, love life in general, however it is that needs to fit for your life specifically. But the first card that we have is the Page of Cups. Try to get a little bit more of a romantic deck for this one. We have the Two of Swords. I'm actually going to drop these down more at the middle. And we have the Six of Cups. That's actually very intriguing. Pile number 1. Okay. So the Page of Cups is making me think it's like that learning curve, learning to love yourself a little bit more, learning about, learning, how do I phrase this? Learning how to love someone else while also loving yourself. Definitely something that's kind of screaming at me a little bit. The Two of Swords is kind of like that shadow work card. Learning about yourself, learning what makes you tick, basically. Also healing yourself a little bit as well in order for that love to be a little bit more achieved for you and your partner or partners. And then the Six of Cups, talking about like nostalgia. There's definitely something popping up for you specifically that could be like a specific person. I feel like for you, this is a specific person. So a lot of this is like getting in touch with potentially like a twin flame or a soulmate or something like that. There is a very intense connection that you have with this person. There's definitely a lot of love that you have with this person. If it hasn't been, if that love hasn't been discovered quite yet, then it will be very soon. And we're going to see if I can separate these cards. What we have for the next two. So the next two cards we have Awakened Awareness, and I love how this is basically like a big old dragon's eye. So I feel like some of you might absolutely have a bit of a love for dragons or anything like that. The next one is Freedom. I love that, especially because you got that Two of Swords card. Like I said, it's a lot of that shadow work, kind of freeing yourself, things like that too. So the Awakened Awareness is really... they kind of just coincide with each other, really. I feel like a lot of this is going to be awakening yourself and freeing yourself from whatever it is that's kind of holding you back. Whatever it is that's holding you back from this love potential, whatever's holding you back and keeping you from your potential, essentially, with this other person. If you were thinking about one specific person, then this is... I don't feel like secondary energy really too much. I feel like this is all about you. So while you're thinking about another person, will I be in a relationship with them or whatever that is, I feel like there are a few things you need to work on. So for some of you, it could be a little bit of a fear or something like that you need to work on in order to achieve that freedom, in order to really connect with this person. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that generally just tends to happen. But Awakened Awareness is also making me think, like I said, about that deep connection, that soul connection, whether you want to call it twin flames or a soulmate, however you want to look at that. That awakened awareness is really making me think that this is a true connection. While you're working on things, and it's not like you have to be complete. Shadow work is never complete. Therapy, things like that, is something that continues to go as you get better type of things. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a moment about working on yourself, and as you start to work on yourself, this person is going to be more and more drawn towards you, which I absolutely love. There's definitely going to be a lot of connection, but I feel like this is also going to be that type of relationship that is going to be freeing for you specifically, especially because that's something that you've been missing. That's something you've been wanting. You've been wanting that perfect partner. You've been wanting that person who, while not necessarily is perfect in themselves, they are perfect with you. You guys create that duality. You create that nice, infinity sign, so to speak. You create that really great, amazing energy that's going to be able to create this yin and yang type of situation that you guys are going to have. Which is always fantastic, right? Who doesn't want that? Okay. So the next two that we have, we have the Guardians. Guardian, fly high. This is card number 40 if you're curious. So this one is really like, dragonfly. So, okay. So, like I said, this is like a dragon's eye. This is a big old dragon. Of course, this is the Dragon Fate deck, but and then over here we have a dragonfly, and then there's dragonflies in the background here. Even though she's got butterfly wings, but there's dragonflies in the background. So I really feel like this is definitely like that guardianship energy that your partner is going to have with you and you're going to have with them. Or again, partners, just depends on your particular situation. So I feel like a lot of that is going to be you both having that with each other, or all of you having that with each other. That fly high is making me think of that freedom, that soaring energy, that release of the stress and whatever it is that's been kind of bottled up inside of you for the last however long. I feel like over the course of the next month, like I said, this is for May. So over the course of the month of May, it's definitely going to be growing. It's going to be learning about yourself and changing things and really just soar above the clouds, as something that's kind of yelling at me. Next one we have is Queen Mab. Your ancient wisdom is awakening. Awakened awareness. So a lot of you are really coming into that awakening part, whether you want to call it like an actual spiritual awakening or however you want to look at that. I feel a lot of you are really going to be able to step into more of yourself and really step into that energy of strength with a partner or partners. Again, just like really step up within yourself, be more confident. You're really going to be able to kind of battle these things from your past. If this is something that's kind of hurting you right now, then it's going to be something that your partners will be able to help you. Your partner will be able to grow with you. You'll be able to grow with them. And it'll be that, again, yin and yang kind of energy. Next two cards we have here is a fiery climax approaches with the full moon in Aries. So I absolutely love this. This is great. This is really just like that bold energy, that just direct energy, that not in your face in a bad way, but very much that energy of I've got this is something that's kind of yelling at me right now. I've got this. I know that I can do this. And then, of course, with your partner, they're going to help you along the way, too. That is amazing. I absolutely love this. The next one, you got a full moon and then a new moon. So that's real cool. A new start is coming with new moon, specifically. No new moon in anything, just the new moon, which is actually really cool. So I feel a lot of this is going to be, like I said, working on that energy, really striving for that strength, that achievement, however it is you want to look at that, you need to look at it. You have the full moon and the new moon, full cycle, full circle, however you want to look at that. So I feel like a lot of what's happening is from the time that I'm filming this, it's almost the new moon, it's almost the full moon. So I feel like from the time of full moon to full moon, or new moon to new moon, however you need to look at that. I feel like the month of May is really going to be hardcore, straight up energy for working on yourself in order to bring in that other person. Because it's one of those things too where you don't, how do I phrase this? Because I feel I've been noticing this a lot lately too, is that a lot of people say that they feel like there's a part of them missing or something like that, and that's been also a very common concern, I suppose, that I've had with some of my own clients as well, is that they've really been worried that they're missing something or missing someone or whatever that is. And so they've been kind of almost in a panic because, you know, they feel like they're missing something. There's something not quite there. There's something missing out of them, however you want to look at that. So I feel like that missing link isn't necessarily a partner, but it could be this new person coming in that's going to make you feel a little bit more whole. While they are not necessarily that missing link, so to speak, within yourself, I feel like working on yourself, especially with that Two of Swords energy, working on yourself, really battling the pain that you have within yourself. And then, of course, those things are going to be popping up. And this person is really going to help you achieve success. This person is really going to help you achieve gratitude is another one that popped up. They're going to help you just feel more comfortable within yourself, more comfortable in whatever it is that you do as a person, with your career. It's just really going to be one of those things. This person's going to kind of push you to be your best. They're going to help you when you're not your best, but they're going to push you to be your best, which for some of you is as a type of relationship that you potentially haven't had before. So while it's definitely not anything bad by any means, it's definitely going to be something that might take a little bit of a learning curve for some of you guys too. But I feel like a lot of it's going to be growth within yourself in order to attract that growth from the outside as well. So we're going to be seeing with these letters if anything pops up for that too. Because I feel like a lot of this is, like I said, that growth, that change. There's a lot of wings that are happening. There's a lot of dragons and things like that. So I feel like a lot of it is going to be that growth, that change, that butterfly effect in a way of really putting yourself through that change, and then things are going to keep growing and keep getting better. Your partner is going to help you along with that too. This is not going to be a relationship that you're going to feel isolated or alone. This is going to be something that you're going to be really successful with, and your partner is going to help you with that too. Let me get on these. Oop, we got a lot today. Okay. Alrighty. We've got 2 A's. There's an E. I, 2 S's. Oh, I was hoping to see I. Dang it. Okay, and there's a Y and then a W. I do see sass. Nope, I don't actually. I thought I was looking at that wrong. I see something in there, but I'm not. I do see we actually, so I see as, so oops. So there's a we, there's a situation, like I said, there's that we, there's that combined energy between you and, you know, your significant other, however you want to look at that. This is going to be a partnership. This is going to be something that's equal, but equal doesn't mean 50-50. 50-50 is kind of a romanticized thing, excuse me, romanticized thing, if you will. So it could be 50-50 some days. Some days it'll be 60-40. Some days it'll be you giving 90%, your partner giving 10 because they just can't muster up anymore. And sometimes it's going to be you on that 10 side and your partner on the 90. So it really does depend on, you know, that equal partnership type of situation. So I feel like this person popping up into your life coming up is really going to be that. And then as usual, you know, alternate myself here on the side of my camera. Oops. But we're going to be seeing here with the dice as well. And then I have my lucky dice per usual. So we'll see with these white ones. If you've never seen one of my videos before, I do 3 different colored dice. The white ones represent something that's going to be good, significant, change-worthy type of situation. So we have 2 and 2 5s. It's very interesting, especially because May. So May 25th, potentially. Or May 7th, something like that. But May is definitely in there as far as numbers go. The black dice do represent something that it needs to change. Something isn't quite working for you, however you want to look at that. Something's needing to change up a little bit, and it needs to change because it's not working for you right now. Okay, so we got 3, 4, and 6. Scoot that, scoot that, scoot that. So no repeating numbers with that. But there is no 5 as well, so maybe it could be a situation where there's a lot of things happening this month. There were a lot of things happening last month. May, you're going to get a bit of a reprieve, a bit of a breather. And then June, things are going to kick back up, but you're going to have someone that's going to be able, you're going to be able to lean on them. You're going to get that help that you want and need for the coming, I don't want to say the coming storm, not necessarily the storm, but they're going to help you with things as things kind of get more intense for you potentially. And then the red dice, even though they always look orange on camera, the red dice are going to be something significant for your love specifically. And since, of course, this is a love reading, this is a partnership reading, we're going to see, ooh, interesting. There's a 1, and then there's 5 and 6. So there is that combination between 2 of the numbers with both of the dice, which is always very interesting. So that could be May 7th, actually. That's very interesting because there's May 7th technically between the white and the red, and sometimes that does happen with those kind of matching numbers, if you will, between the white and the red dice, which I actually do like that because that's that significance, kind of that more connecting energy, basically. And then, of course, with this little lucky dice, we're going to see if there's a specific number. Sadly, it cannot land on a 7. That would be great, but we're going to see what else it could potentially roll for May. This could be a lucky number in general. That could just be, you know, a repeating number you see throughout the month of May or anything like that. Or it could be a specific date. Okay, we did get a 6 that time too. So the 6th, 7th, 8th, that potentially that weekend, I think it's the second weekend. Yeah, the second weekend of May potentially could be something, again, not necessarily hardcore, intense, crazy to the point where you're going to absolutely hate your life type of situation, but it could definitely be something significant. For a lot of you, it's probably going to be when you actually meet that person, or that, you know, the more than one person, when this connection is going to be happening. And for some of you, it could be when the energies start to shift and then things start to come in a little bit more. But like I said, there's definitely going to be a lot of working on yourself in order to bring in this other person. Working on yourself could also be manifesting this person. Manifest the relationship. Manifest this connection. Write it down. Put it in a bowl and burn it, or however it is that you want to manifest it, whatever it is. Write a letter to this person. Write a letter to this connection. Write a letter to the universe. Like, hey, thank you. This connection is amazing. Even if you don't have this connection in your life right now, this is definitely going to be something that's progressing throughout the month of May. This is going to be something that's very exciting throughout the month of May. I'm just getting strength from this. It might be why I'm talking a little bit fast for this. Just strength. This is, like I said, we, connection. There's also yes. Okay, my brain just finally kicked in. And I say yes. So, yes. I feel like May could be a month of saying yes to potential, saying yes to the connection, saying yes to yourself as well. That's definitely going to be something for you for the month of May, is say yes. Say yes to connections, say yes to the possibility, say yes to love, however it is you want to look at that. There's definitely going to be a lot for you as well. May is going to be exciting for you. Pile number 1, this is great. I know that it was kind of a little heavy with the Two of Swords or anything, but this is going to be really, really good though. I love this. I absolutely love this. But definitely that second week of May could be one of those things where things start to really get the ball rolling, essentially. But pile number 1, this is what I have for y'all. And until next time, okay? Know yourself and know your power. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If this is the one that you picked because the pile was in the middle, this is the one you were drawn to, the number 2, however it is you want to look at that, then this will be for your May love, romance, connection type of reading. So just have a few cards today, nothing too intense, but we're going to be doing the rolling the numbers and letters as usual. So we're going to be seeing, and then of course lucky dice. So we're going to be seeing what cards you have for your tarot. First one is the 7 of Swords. So I try to get something a little bit different. I don't think I've ever used this card deck on here before. Second one is the 3 of Swords. And the last one is the Queen of Swords. So I feel a lot of what's popping up for your love life coming in here, you guys, for pile number 2 is, well, not necessarily very frilly romance, admittedly. I feel a lot of this is going to be more towards yourself. This is going to be a lot of you energy. This is going to be a lot of, this is what you need to do for you specifically. We have the 7 of Swords. That's definitely making me think about like that fear of betrayal type situation. The 3 of Swords popping up, saying that you're kind of constricting yourself a little bit. And then with the Queen of Swords as being determined, headstrong, diplomatic, saying I'm tired of the bullshit type of situation. So you feel a lot of this is a lot of you putting up a bit of a wall between yourselves, and you're just not letting things kind of connect in that way for May. But maybe that's how you guys have been recently, and maybe a little bit later you start to be, you know, a little bit more softer, or however you want to look at that for May. So even though the 7 of Swords, a lot of people are like, oh, someone's sneaking around, things like that. I don't necessarily read this card like that because I feel like it's not always the case. A lot of times it also makes people hella paranoid. So for that reason, I don't really read it like that. The 3 of Swords, I feel like this is more towards you. Like I said, constricting type of situation. You're kind of not letting yourself breathe in that way. If there is another person involved, maybe that's how you feel. And that's maybe when the Queen of Swords kicks in gear of, I'm tired of this. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm done. We're growing. We're moving. However it is that you need to roll with that. So for a lot of you, for your May, it's being geared towards you with saying that you're tired of the crap. You're standing up for yourself more. Your love life is going to be about yourself. It's going to be about standing up for yourself and not taking anybody else's crap anymore. But, of course, let's see, we still have some cards yet. So the first one we have is water, the overflow. So I feel a lot of this is going to be, some of you are potentially water signs, but I feel a lot of you are going to be focusing more on your emotions, focusing more on yourself, self-love, however it is you need to see this one. I feel like a lot of you maybe don't give yourself enough attention or love or anything like that. So maybe the month of May is going to be a little bit more focused on that. Like I said, more focused on you. The next one we have is trust your innocence. Trusting your innocence, also trusting your intuition as well. Seeing what comes in towards your life, what is being drawn into your life, what you are drawing towards you, moth to a flame type of situation. I feel a lot of what it is too is that, you know, we have all of these lilies behind her. She's very more like a softer type of card. The cards do have their own ebb and flow here, more watery. This one's kind of water-ish as well, just more pink. I feel a lot of that is going to be, like I said, those emotions, focusing on your emotions. Trusting your innocence does, I feel like, really pop into play with that Three of Swords card a little bit, because it's talking about not constricting yourself, not taking anybody else's crap type of situation. So I feel like that's going to be the theme for your May, for your love life, is going to be standing up for yourself. If you're in a relationship right now, then it's definitely going to be standing up for yourself. Like I said, not taking anybody else's crap anymore. And then if you're not in a relationship, then it could be putting your foot down, knowing your self-worth, trusting your innocence, trusting yourself to not constrict yourself, but also to be diplomatic, dedicated, analytical about your own self-worth, because sometimes we don't do that as people. Sometimes it takes some hard lessons to learn before we realize how worthy we truly are for the perfect relationship. Even if the person themselves is not perfect, it's still a relationship that's going to be really good. It's going to be amazing. The next one is Dreamcatcher. Dreaming your wisdom, dreaming your worth. Like I was saying, with that whole understanding your value, understanding exactly what it is you have to offer this person, you have to offer to the table. I feel a lot of this is going to be, like I said, that trusting yourself, trust your intuition, your innocence, your own guidance, your guides, however you need to look at that part, but really manifesting exactly what it is that you want in a partner, in a relationship specifically. If you're poly, then more than one person, however it is you want to look at that. But definitely understanding your self-worth, not taking anybody else's crap, not saying, oh, I'll settle for this or whatever. There's a difference between settling and compromising, because while you can compromise in a relationship, like you do the dishes, I take the trash out, however it is you want to look at that. But, there's compromising, there's working together in a partnership, and then there's just settling where you're doing everything around the house and this person literally just sits on their bum. So there's definitely a difference. Not putting up with it anymore is going to be your theme for May. The next one we have is Morgan Le Fay, Healing. So I feel a lot of this is going to be definitely growing, understanding, like I said, your self-worth, things like that as well. I feel for some of you, it could be a lot of, God, that healing really just, like, it really keeps drawing me to this one, and this one. Like the, like that kind of pulling these swords out of your heart, even though a lot of times people are like, oh, it's heartbreak. Not always. A lot of the times the Three of Swords, we kind of shove these swords into our heart because we're just constricting ourselves. Like I said, that feeling of, I need to shut up now. I need to just deal with this because you're used to dealing with it alone type of situation. The Queen of Swords pops up to be like, hey, I may be doing this alone, but damn it if I'm going to be making decisions for myself. So I feel like that's going to be the theme for you guys as well, is making your decisions for yourself. Making decisions and making sure that you understand your self-worth and know that when you're making these choices and these decisions, however that is, whatever these are, it's because of that reason. Because you've been putting up with crap for so long that you need to make choices for you and not so much for other people. The next one we have here is A Time for Healing. Oh, look at that. Seems to be the theme for your May, potentially. It's not a bad thing. Healing is always good. Balsamic Moon. Interesting. So I feel a lot of what's going to be happening, see if I can do this. A lot of what's happening for you guys is going to be obviously healing. Definitely that connection to yourself and breaking away from toxicity, negativity, things like that. I feel like your May, your love, is going to be more towards yourself. In terms of a person, if you are thinking about a person, if you're in a relationship, even if you're single, if you were thinking about one specific person or thinking about, is this the type of person I need to be with, this is going to be a no. This is not the person that you need to be with, because this is not the person that's meant for you. You are meant for something greater. You are meant for some connection greater than what it is that you're thinking about right now. Your last card is Prosperity Lies Ahead with the new moon in Taurus. New moons are all about change and beginning, growth, things like that as well. Things are beginning to happen for you. May is going to be that point of growth and positivity. It's going to be about understanding where it is that you need to heal, how you need to heal, taking the bull by the horns and just going for it. This is definitely going to be all about you. Like I said, this is probably not necessarily the person, if you're thinking about one specific person, probably not the person that you're meant to be with in this lifetime. There's something that they haven't quite worked on or whatever it is. If you're in a relationship right now, then that healing could be either healing from this person, maybe, giving up on them or something like that. Okay, hey, I have to move on for my sake and for your sake. If you guys are able to reconcile, then this could also be one of those moments too. Some of you are able to reconcile with this person, grow and change, heal, and things move on to better. Things get better as they move. So that could definitely be something as well. But there's definitely going to be that theme of healing and just done with the BS in terms of May. Going to be rolling some letters and seeing what we can get for you guys as well. Oops. Try not to drop this whole thing. Okay. So we've got an M. We have two L's, which is interesting. We have I, G, O. Oh! We have a G-O. Go. Is really the thing. I know that's not proper grammar, but I go. I feel like that is something too. Like, go. You. Like I said, this is about you. This is taking time for yourself, however it is you need to look at that, and really growing and changing and becoming the person that you need to become for yourself, not for the sake of someone else. We're going to be rolling the letter dice as well, or dang it, number dice, and then of course the lucky number dice too. But we're going to be seeing, I just dropped one of them on the floor. Let's see if I can grab this. Woo! Mainly it's just a thing of not knocking over my camera every time. But if you've never done one of my readings or anything like that before, the white dice are going to be something that's significant in the coming time frame that I'm filming for, in this case May. So something significant for you specifically, something good. This is just going to be kind of like something exciting, something that's happening, something moving, momentum, growth, change in a good way type of situation. All right, got 3, 4, and 6. Interesting. So for some of you, 3, 4, 6, this could be a moment where May is a bit of a reprieve for you. So maybe the last couple of months, they've been crazy, they've been losing, you've been feeling like you're losing your mind, whatever have you. May could be a bit of a reprieve, things start to feel better. Then 6 could be June, things kind of kicking up a little bit more. Not necessarily in a bad way, like I said, it could be definitely something good as well. Or it could be where, you're with the month of May, there's just going to be so much happening in May that by the time 6 comes along, by the time June comes around, things are going to be a little bit more quiet. With the black dice, these are going to be something that's significant. These are going to be things that happens, things need to change. While this is something exciting, this is probably not so exciting, but something isn't working for you and needs to change. All 5s. Okay, so 555. Potentially that is a number you guys may have already been seeing, or it could just be that's the number that's going to be repeating its butt off to you throughout May. May is definitely significant for you. 555 is a middle number in terms of numerology from 0 to 10 because it's all about that growth. I call it the butterfly number a lot of times because it's definitely about that growth, about that healing, things like that as well, letting go, in order to grow, basically. So then these, they look orange on camera every time, but the red dice are going to be something significant for love. This is love. This is that connection reading. So we're going to be seeing what pops up for you. I have a very sneaky suspicion one of these numbers is going to be a 5 and the other one potentially might be a 6. I kind of hope I'm wrong. Okay, well, one's a 5 still. We've got 2, 3, and then a 5. So potentially 5, 5. So potentially that first full week of May could be something pretty significant happening for you guys as well, which is very interesting because this is what the last group got as well. So potentially I feel like some of you were drawn to both 1 and 2. That could be something as well. If you were drawn to 1 and 2, then maybe getting out of a bad relationship and a new relationship coming into play throughout the month of May type of situation. And then with the lucky dice, seeing if one specific number could be a repeating number, however it is that needs to go, or however it needs to fit your life rather, for the month of May. And it's a 3, which is actually really cool because you have a 3 in both the red and the white. So 3 is a number about just that connection. So I feel like it's a connection, like, you know, mind, body, spirit type of thing. You did also get the 3 of Swords. So the 3 of Swords with the number 3 and things like that. So yeah, I really feel like a lot of you guys are going to be having that connection with that, like I said, that more connection towards yourself, that mind, body, spirit, however it is that needs to fit for you. With the 3 as well, it can also be, with the number 3 specifically, I always think about the 3 of Pentacles in terms of tarot. And the 3 of Pentacles will pop up when you need to remember it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to understand that you're not alone in a situation, that you are able to ask for help, however it is that needs to work for you. And I feel like that could be a situation too for some of you guys. Coming up for May, you're not alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help from friends and family, coworkers, therapy, however it is you need to work with that. You're not alone and it is okay to ask for help. But definitely healing is going to be a moment, potentially for the whole month. The month of May is going to be significant for you in terms of knowing and earning, or not even earning, knowing your self-worth and showing other people that they have to earn it. They have to earn your love because you know how amazing you are. You understand what you bring to the table. And therefore, this is going to be a moment of making these other people realize just how amazing you are, just how much you bring to the table, just how much work you put into a relationship. And if they don't add up, then that's not the connection that you need. Group number 2, this is what I have for you. I know this one was a little heavy, but this is the connection that you need, and this is the connection that needs to happen. And throughout May, this is going to be your theme, basically. But until next time, y'all, this is what I have for you. Know yourself and know your power. Bye. Hey, group 3, this is the one that you picked because it was the one on the right, or because it was not the one on the left, or however it is you want to look at that. Number 3 is going to be your love, connection, romance type of reading for May. This is going to be something significant on whether or not the connection that you are having to think about, or the connection that you're thinking about, whether or not it's worth it, or anything like that as well. But we're going to be seeing with the tarot first, and then of course we have the dice per usual. The first one that we have here is the Death card. Let's get that there. The next one we have is the 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the 9 of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you, for May, you're going to be growing into something. The 9 of Wands pops up when it's like making final decisions, things like that, knowing exactly what it is that you need to do type of moment. The 8 of Pentacles is working hard, growing, changing, things like that. The Death card, it pops up because there's something that needs to happen that needs to change. So in order, something's needing to change, working on that change, and making final decisions, kind of like that final draft, if you will, for whatever it is that you're working on. So I feel like for a lot of you, Your May is going to be precisely that. So if you're in a relationship, it could be working on that relationship. If there's a little bit of a bump in the road, working on it and making sure that it works for you, or it could works as the relationship should be, or it could be one of those moments too where it's like, got out of a relationship or something like that, you got out of a bad situation and you're working on strengthening. Because of course the Nine of Wands could be, we have this person, standing here with the strength of these staves behind them. They are completely and totally comfortable, but they also understand that the work they've put in is worth protecting. They are still working on things. Things are not 100% completed yet, but they know that things are still worth protecting. So I feel like for some of you, it could be a moment too where, understanding that your love is worth protecting type of thing for the month of May. Next card that we have here is Starseed Elemental. So I feel like a lot of you, this connection that's popping up, the one that potentially the old relationship had to end for this new strength to come to bounds, or to come up basically, is because this is a connection. This is something great. This is that connection soul-wise. It's been kind of screaming at you, but for some of you, you were already in a relationship that wasn't quite good. Once that started to die off, you were able to work on things for yourself and get into a better situation, that this one was able to pop up. Because the next one we have is Air. Paradigm shift. Things are shifting, things are changing, things are growing, and things are evolving. Things are happening for whatever it is that needs to happen. Things are going to get better. I feel like May is going to be really significant for just the, I keep thinking about just wings, and this helps as well with this massive illustration of wings behind this person, just growth and flying towards exactly where it is that you need to go. The next two cards we have are the Blue Lady. Nothing is impossible. So I feel like for some of you, you felt like it's not necessarily, love isn't worth it, or however you want to look at that. Love is just a fairy tale. For some of you, you had a little bit of a negative attitude towards romance. But I feel like in the month of May, it's going to be something where you're going to have a little bit of a rekindling moments with your romantic side. Next one we have here is Gwen and Ulish. Attunement. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't read that for a second. So attunement. So I feel like, again, this fiery passion here, I feel a lot of it, like I said, is going to be that connection, that rekindlement. It's going to be that that spark, that energy, that flight, that I keep thinking of a phoenix, which there's no phoenix here, but just like that growth from the ashes, that rising up and really just being like, hey, what's up? This is cool. This is what I'm going to be doing type of situation. I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be, like I said, that taking flight moment in this new relationship. I feel like there's going to be something new coming for you. There's going to be a lot of growth happening in May. There's going to be a lot of strength, especially with that Nine of Wands. There's going to be a lot of dedication happening in the month of May. Don't let this death card scare you. This is definitely not anything to be scared of. This is going to be something that a lot of you guys are going to have to, how do I phrase this? A lot of you guys are going to have to go through something just being done. Whatever it is, it's not there for you anymore. This person wasn't there for you anymore. However you need to look at that. This is going to be one of those moments. So I feel like it's going to be a lot of rekindling your passion for someone new, which is always amazing. Very curious with these next two. Next one, okay, see, what's up? Expect powerful change. The new moon in eclipse. So I feel a lot of this is going to be that, how do I say this? That kind of just boom of energy. Here it's kind of like this, looks almost like a supernova behind this new moon. So it's just that just instantaneous feeling of wow, this is amazing. I feel like for a lot of you, that passion is going to be rekindled because you're going to meet this person that's just going to be like, wow. You're going to have that wow moment with this person. Excuse me. If you are thinking about one person in particular, like, oh, maybe they kind of like me type of situation, I feel like that could be definitely something very good for you. Definitely. I feel like this is going to be that, like I said, that wow moment. Just like that. God, I just keep thinking of the phoenix. Just like that rising up, that fiery energy, that fiery passion. That's definitely something I feel like is going to be happening for you guys, because there's just a lot of growth. Expect powerful change. Just that, I feel like, with a phoenix still, like that's a powerful change. That's literally rising up from the ashes. Whether that's your passion, whether that's your rekindling with the person, or just rekindling with yourself in order to grow into that person, in order to grow into this connection, this relationship that's coming in for you, then that's definitely something powerful in itself. And your last one is surrender to the divine with the full moon. Just the full moon. I feel like surrendering, while mildly terrifying sometimes, I feel this is something that's going to be happening for you guys, because it's going to be that understanding that the reason that this is happening is because it has to, basically. I feel like some of you are, just the phoenix is driving me nuts right now, but I feel like for a lot of you, the reason that this is so intense, the reason this is so powerful, the reason this is so strong with this, I really see like just like that, almost, well, depends on if you believe in twin flames or not, but I really feel like it's that yin and that yang energy, because here we have the bluish purple, and then here we have like, the blue and the green actually, and then here we have like a little bit of orange with red, and then here is kind of the same, here is complementary to that. Like, I really feel like it's that new moon, admittedly in an eclipse, new moon, period, full moon, period. I really feel like it's that connection. Maybe that's why this one's going to be so wow. Maybe that's that phoenix moment for you guys coming up in this May month, is because it's that true connection. It's that true connection that you're supposed to be with this person in this lifetime. That's that wow moment for you guys. I feel like with May, it's just going to be that boom. Like this, like I said, that supernova, holy crap kind of moment. I feel like for a lot of you as well, if you're already in a relationship, then potentially May is going to be something where it's just going to boom. If it's a relationship you guys are already in and it's a good one, you're happy type of situation, then May is just going to strengthen that. May is going to be that moment of just, wow, this is amazing. This is better than I thought it was already. I didn't think it could get any better, and it already did. Holy crap. Like, just going to be so happy. Delirious is a word that comes to mind. But for some of you, if you're not in a relationship, or you're kind of thinking about that one person or more than one person, however your situation is, then potentially it could be exactly that, where you're going to have that boom moment where things are going to pop up, things are just going to grow, things are going to change, things are going to shift into this potential amazingness, essentially. I really love this one. This one's great. I really feel this is going to be definitely something about, like, just, like I said, that boom, like that complementary energy, that give and that take, that flow, that ebb and the flow. Just everything is going to be just connecting with this person on a level that potentially a lot of you have never had before. We're also going to be seeing with these letters here, drawing some letters and seeing if there's anything significant for you guys at all. Oops. Try not to drop the bag here. Oh, I don't want the whole bag. Come on now. Okay, well, those aren't leaving. Okay. Alrighty. We have any A's? No? Okay, so we have E. Put the Z down there. There's a Y. Here's a T. Another Y. There's an N. We have a W. We have an U. We have a U. We have a P. We have an R. Wow. So I see kind of a lot in here, but my brain isn't really making too much actual sense. I see I, so I don't know why that one kind of jumped at me right now. That's actually incorrect, because I need another E. I always do that. But I definitely see a lot in there other than pen. I don't know why my brain put that one there first. Oh, I see new. Haha. Oh, turn. So for some of you, ooh, you got the new moon too. So for some of you, new. This is a new situation. This is a new romance. This is a new thing that is going to be super exciting for you guys. I absolutely love that. Why do I want to draw one more? Or, yeah, just, I really want one more. I don't know why. Almost the entire bag is here anyways. Just one more. Okay. I don't know why I felt the need to put an I there, but yeah, like, that's really cool. This is a new situation. This is a new thing. This is a new experience for you guys. A lot of you could be just doing new things, period, throughout the whole month of May. Gonna be rolling these dice here, if I can actually do this. There we go. And seeing what we can get. If you've never had one of my readings before or anything like that, whoops, then the white dice are going to be something significant. I'm going to move over here. The white dice are something significant for things that need to just kind of happen. Things are happening, things are great, things are rolling, things are moving forward, that momentum is going, and it's just going to be that combination thereof, essentially. All right, so 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so for a lot of you, it's just the progression. Things are kind of moving, things are happening, momentum is starting to kick up into gear this month in April. May, it's just going to keep going. And then, of course, in June, on the month of 6, then it could just be progressing in a way that's just very great and exciting for you guys in general. So then, or it could be, May 10th or something like that. So for the black dice, these are going to be something significant that happens. It needs to happen. Something needs to change up, whatever it is you want to go with that. Definitely very interesting as well. Let me see here. Oh, almost the same. 1, 4, 6. So 4 and 6 could be something potential for you guys. So again, it could be just something 10 specifically. And in terms of tarot, then it could be the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups type of moment. Maybe a lot of you are going to be having those moments throughout the month of May or by the end of May or something like that too. And then even though these look very bright orange on camera, these are actually red. These dice are going to be something significant for love, this connection, this that is happening. This could just be basically confirmation. But we'll see what numbers pop out. 1, 2, 4, okay. I feel like this is going to be something significant. 1, 2, 4. Okay, oops. Which is very interesting. I don't know why that number is interesting to me, but yeah, 1, 2, 4. Okay. So, in retrospect, it could just be something like, specifically with that first week, the first full week of May could be something very interesting or anything like that as well. So then, even though this cannot roll to a 7 or anything like that, I am also, or this could also roll to a 5, but can't roll to an 8 or anything like that. I'm very curious, because you have a 4 in all of them, so I'm very curious if this does land on a 4. It was on a 2 before, but I'm very curious if this lands on a 4. If it does, I have a theory, but I'm going to let the dice fall first before I open my big mouth. Okay, so it just stayed on a 2. So my theory with the 4 originally was that it was going to be the 4 of Wands. That stability, that strength, that connection, home life, things like that as well. With the 2, that just makes me think, so yeah, I do have the 2 roses here and stuff like that. That just make me think of the 2 of Cups. That makes me think of even the 2 of Wands with that walking through that gateway towards something new. new things are happening, things are growing, developing, changing. The paradigm shift, if you will, things are happening in a really good way. I feel like May is going to be one of those things where it's just going to be kind of crazy, but not necessarily in a bad way. It's just going to be one thing after the other, but it's going to be in a good way. Things are happening, things are changing. I feel kind of like a little bit of like chariot energy, a little bit in terms of tarot. So things are just going to be moving kind of quickly, but not in a bad way. This is great, you guys. This, like I said, it's a little heavy, like in a way, just because it's really fast, but I feel like May is just going to be one thing after the other. It's just going to be like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm so excited to have this person or people in my life, however it is that works for you. This is going to be super exciting for you guys, though. Group number 3, May is going to be great. I do want to know if the numbers or anything signify anything for you guys. So definitely let me know for that too. But I think you're going to have your 2 of Cups moment in May. Until next time, y'all, know yourself and know your power.